Children, welcome back to the social session of Abolition of Zamindari system, where we learnt about Bhudan movement and also the abolition of Jagirdari system in Telangana and abolition of Zamindari system to the Land Reforms Act passed in 1950, and there was an amendment made to this Land Reforms Act again in 1954. And later yesterday we learnt about Land Sealing Act. Land Sealing Act, children. ये सीलिंग बोले तो क्या है? सील कर देना. Land Sealing Act. This is one important act, children. Land Sealing Act 1972 to 75. ये याद रखो. 72 to 75. इसमें एक बड़ी लूप होल है. There is a big loophole in this only in 1972 to 75. इसके बीच में जिसके पास बहुत सारा लैंड है, okay, who control thousands of acres of land had tried to what we call register them or turned them into their binami names, and again their indirect control was there on such a piece of land. So land sealing act बोले तो sealing बोले तो किसके पास कितना land रहना. Okay, if you have excess than the what that has been mentioned in the law, if you have excess land, surplus land अगर आपके पास है तो government ले लेती. So कितना land रहना also was mentioned in the land sealing act. We have seen that there were more than half of the peasants had less than 2 hectares of the land in the country, and most of the landlords control 38% of the cultivable land in the state. A vast number of landless Dalits were agitating for land, and Kisan Sabhas have become active agitating for further land reforms also in the country. This meant that the government should set a limit for the large land holdings and take over the surplus land from them and distribute it to the landless small farmers. If you look at the table given in the textbook, children, that is from the small landholders to the large landholders. In 2005-2006, the small share or the small farmers, like who is called as the small farmers? Small farmers mean those who own from 0 to 5 acres are called as small, and those who own from 5 to 25 are called as medium, and those who own more than 25 acres are called as large farmers. So in 2005-06, 83% of the population, 83% of the population are small landholders, and 16% of the land holdings are the medium, and 1% is the large landholders. Even though 1% is the landholders, okay, but they own 6% of the cultivable land, and 48% of the cultivable land, that means cultivated area, is under the small farmers only, and 46% is under the medium farmers. So this shows very meager picture that after the land reforms had been implemented, 58% of the farmers were small farmers with less than 5 acres of land each. Even though they formed more than half of the population, they had less than 20% of the cultivable land. On the other hand, you can see that large farmers are the land lots who made only 10% of the farmers in 1955-56. They own 38% of all cultivable land in the country. After the Land Sealing Act has been implemented, there was a lot of changes which occurred in this pattern. The situation was similar all over the country. Keeping this in mind, the central government initiated a second phase of land reforms in the country. So this had set a limit of size of the land holdings and redistributed the surplus land to the farmers. Land Sealing Act was actually passed in most of the states for this purpose after 1972. The Land Sealing Act was passed in Andhra Pradesh Legislative Assembly and Legislative Council in September 1972 only. But even though it was passed in 1972, the implementation has come in 1975. In these 3 years, जो बड़ा जमींदार थे वो क्या करे, उसके बिनामी के नेम पे पूरा रजिस्ट्रेशन करवा के रख लिया. मेरे पास तो ज़्यादा लैंड नहीं है, जितना लॉ में है उतना ही है मेरे पास बोल के बोलने शुरू करें. This is what happened. So the act defined a family with 5 members as a unit. ये एक्ट के वजह से फैमिली बोले थे कौन 5 लोग रहे तो it is called as a family. It is as a unit. And how many acres of land they can own they can own a maximum of 10 to 27 acres of irrigated land, 10 to 27 acres of cultivable land they can own, irrigated land they can own, and 35 to 54 acres of dry land they can own. So this is how it, if a farmer had more land, it was declared as a surplus land. अगर 54 एकड़ से ज़्यादा ड्राई लैंड नहीं तो 27 एकड़ से ज़्यादा इरिगेटेड लैंड, इरिगेटेड बोले तो जो पानी का सहूलत है उसको इरिगेटेड लैंड बोलते, जिधर पानी नहीं है उसको ड्राई लैंड बोलते. So if you own more than 54 acres of dry land, or if you own more than 27 acres of irrigated land, then that will be declared as a surplus land which will be taken over by the government. In Telangana and Andhra Pradesh together, about 8 lakh acres of surplus land was declared. 8 lakh acres of surplus land was declared. Of this, 6 lakh 41,000 acres of were taken over by the government, and it distributed 5 lakh 82 lakh acres to about 5 lakh 40,000 families of landless and poor peasants. Actually, this was much less than what was required and what was possible. Actually, ये ला के वजह से और ज़्यादा लैंड आना था, सरप्लस लैंड डिक्लेयर होना था, मगर दिस डिड नॉट हैपन बिकॉज द गवर्नमेंट implemented it with a half heart. So as a result of that, most of them had converted them into the Binami names, so that only 8 acres of land was declared as a surplus, and out of this only 6,41,000 acres was taken over by the government and distributed to 5,40,000 families. Due to the sufficient political determination and on the part of the government, and even there was a mechanizations, okay, it was implemented due to the mechanizations of the landlords. Several landlords also gave false declarations to the officers. So we shall further see about this land sealing act in the next class, children. And remember, tomorrow's class we are going to declare second formative assessment syllabus, children. Thank you.